guys, welcome back to Real Time JC, Real Time Jesus with me, Stephanie, and special guest, my daughter, Skylah.
Hi.
I just asked her to be on this episode literally 5 seconds ago, and she said yes. She said yes. And I thought today would be a good one to have her on because we're going to be talking about a topic that I think literally everyone in the human race who is human might understand and relate to. So we're going to talk about releasing your striving. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel on YouTube, I would invite you right now to hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on a single notification for an episode or the Daily Digs.
Yeah.
Skylah, do you watch the Daily Digs?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's telling us the truth, but okay. Okay. So guys, God really laid on my heart today to talk with you about this because it's something that we all walk through. And that is when God gives us our purpose, when he downloads into our spirit all the things that he's purposed us to do, and we start walking in that, a lot of times it's easy at first, would you say?
Yeah.
A lot of times it's easy at first. And then as the days go by and weeks go by, maybe even, suddenly it sometimes seems out of nowhere that feeling of being overwhelmed starts to creep up on us. And that is never a good spot to be in because that's when the enemy can come in and he can absolutely hijack your purpose and cause you to feel weighed down and burdened down, and then a burnout starts to occur. Sky, have you ever felt that way?
Mm-hmm. A lot of times.
Yeah. Can you tell our audience out there today, like, what is your experience? And even most recently, I know you've gotten a new job. It's a full-time job. You also are on the worship team at our church here in Surprise, Arizona. And with that comes a little bit of a weight, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your life recently.
Like in all areas?
Yeah.
Like combined?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I go through a lot of ups and downs with like feeling good and confident in God and hopeful. And then it goes into a lot of, well, what ifs? And, well, no, this isn't going to happen because this. And then just a lot of doubt. Recently, it's been going up. We're doing good, but it's easy for that to happen, I think, when you're not being consistent with remembering what he gave you in the beginning.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times our focus starts to become greater on the task as opposed to the heart behind the task. And our burden for the people and for the heart of the people sometimes get overshadowed by just the literal tasks and the checking off of the tasks on your list. At least for me, it does.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys know the Strength Finders test, Gallup, I believe it is. My Achiever is my number one, which causes a lot of anxiety in my life when I can't check things off the list. How about you, Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking into the house. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of you who have watched Real Time JC in the last, since October, know some of the path that I walk through and just some of the task stuff. I'm a real estate agent in Arizona. I felt like God was also calling me to get my license back where I'm originally from in Missouri. And so I did that. And then he was asking me to go to life and health coaching school. And so I've been in the middle of that. And then he revealed to me how it is all going to come together and why I was doing all of those little things, like all of these eggs in the basket. That's an Easter reference because that's coming up. But it started to feel all very, very overwhelming. And I realized that my eyes were starting instead to not be on Jesus. And it was like, when I first woke up in the morning, I would think, okay, what do I have to do today? Instead of going, I get to spend time with Jesus this morning. So Sky, just a quick question for you. How important is it for you to spend time with Jesus during the day,
Um,
like for your life?
That's the most important thing for me.
I knew you're okay. I knew you were going to say
that's
that.
the most important thing.
Yes, it is. So what can you tell our friends out there, for you, what sort of feelings do you feel when you're not spending time with Jesus? Yeah.
A lot of anger and doubtful and overthinking. That's it. And it all just combines and builds, and then it explodes on you or on people that I'm really close with.
Yeah, and I would say impatience. I'm hearing my dog in the background, and I'm feeling impatient with the dog right now, but that's okay. That's not part of not spending time with Jesus. But being quick to be frustrated sometimes is a symptom of not spending time with God. Letting your fears and your doubts and all of those types of negative emotions overwhelm you is sometimes a result of not spending time with God or not putting him as a priority in your life. Well, today, as I was spending time with Jesus this morning, well, just practically, I spend time with him at the very, very beginning of my day. And I notice a difference if I don't. Now, I
notice a difference if you don't.
She would know. You would know. You would know. Well, I know that that's not the case for everybody. Like, that's not the case, for everybody. But I feel like if I don't take that time to spend with him, like my first thing, I go down, I grab a coffee, and then I come up here and I sit on my desk in my bedroom here, and I get lost in him. I don't have my phone by me. I don't take the time. And sometimes I'm here like an hour and a half. And after I'm done, I'm like, oh crap, I was supposed to go to a meeting. And then God reminds me that he was with me that whole entire time. Obviously, if I'm lost with him, and that he's going to redeem all the time that I was lost with him. And does that make sense?
Yeah. It does.
Okay. Good. Well, today God was really teaching me through my little devotional to start releasing my striving. And the striving in me causes anxiety. And I know when I start striving, when I feel anxious. And it's not like constant anxiety, but if I start to think about a task that I have to do, like for instance, I write scripts for the Daily Digs, and I hadn't gotten them done. I usually get them written and uploaded to Google Docs by Wednesday before. And I didn't have them done until I think Friday. And every time I thought about it, I was like anxious. But that is literally the enemy of peace. And are they done now? Yes. Are they done in a time frame that I'm not like scrambling to figure out what the scripts are? Yes. So the enemy just uses, he uses that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what he showed me is that when he gives us a task, he also gives us the grace to complete the task. He is the author and the finisher of our faith. And so every time that we feel, or we start to feel anxious or overwhelmed, or even like we're starting to feel burnt out, it's a good time to have a question for you and God, like to ask yourself, am I trying to do all of this in my own strength? And a lot of times, if you're feeling like that, that is actually the case.
Yeah, most of the time it is.
Yeah. So the verse that he gave me today was Hebrews 4:3, and this is the TPT version. For those of us who believe, faith activates the promise, and we experience the realm of confident rest. So another spot that it talks about in here is to strive is to leave my strength and embrace the cares of life. So when you're striving, you're actually leaving the strength that God gives you to complete tasks, which is mind-boggling to me when you think about it. Because a lot of times our natural human nature is to like keep going and keep striving for the next thing and doing that. But when we start striving in our own strength, we're actually embracing cares of life. Yeah, we're straining instead of being like, okay, God, like, what do you want me to do today? Well, I just want you to spend time with me. Awesome. Okay. So we can carry him and his strength through absolutely everything in this life, which is really cool. It also says that faith rests in hope. And I think that's really a beautiful thing. What do you think, like when I say that, what do you think that means to you? I know that's putting you on the spot. Faith rests in hope.
I just instantly think of like uplifting. Because when you think of hope, for me, I think of like joy and anticipation, kind of. So I think that when your faith is resting in that, that means you constantly are having a faith of what's next and not really stuck in how you are now, but constantly looking towards what's next, but with God.
Exactly.
And not with yourself.
It's not like a striving within your own strength. It's like excited and anticipation. It says in here, to refuse striving means you will enter into the lifestyle of faith rest. So it's like an actual whole way of living. Just an entire way of living. Like it's just part of who you are. It's part of what you do. It's part of how you live. And he gives that to all who love him, which is really a beautiful thing. So guys, that's it for today. I just thought it would be cool to have Skylah on with me because, we both sort of have a similar personality in that we like to complete the tasks that God has given us to do. And we get super excited about what he's showing us, and especially like within purpose. And Sky has a very special calling on her life, and I'll let her share that one day down the road on another Real Time JC.
No, not today. Not today.
Not today. Yeah. But just remember that God will never fail you. There literally is no failure in the kingdom of God because he works everything out according to his plan and for the good of those. That's right. For the good of those who love him. So as you start to strive, remember to examine, like, am I, or start to feel anxious or start to feel overwhelmed, remember to examine yourself and ask God, like, literally, am I doing this in my own strength? And then if he's like, yeah, you are, then just be like, God, I trust you. Like, there is no failure in your kingdom. There's no way that I can fail when I am allowing your strength to work through me, because everything will be completed. All the tasks that you give me will be completed. And you can rest in faith, which gives you hope for what's to come. I mean, it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love it. Okay, guys, hope you have a good day, and we will see you next time on the next episode of Real Time JC.
Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.